Hello, my name is Amy Portsmouth and I was previously an LDN publishing apprentice. I currently work at Angry Robot Books, which is a science fiction and fantasy and all kinds of wacky that falls under that genre publisher, and I also do work on the new upcoming imprint Chachora Books, which is mainly like a crime fiction imprint. I'm the campaign assistant, so I mainly look after the marketing as well as dip into publicity here and there. Question for you, what does a typical day at work look like? So a typical day at work for me is answering a lot of emails, doing a lot of stuff on social. I create a lot of the assets for our social media. So I'll be creating videos and content, chatting with authors and creating content for them as well as organising the proofs to be made, as well as the marketing point of sale to be made, so like bookmarks, pins, etc., as well as just focusing on the main campaign and what we want to get out of our books and make sure that we're getting it directly to the readers as best as possible. No day is the same. It can be a bit hectic. Sometimes I'll start with a to-do list that has about 4 or 5 things on, and by the end of the day it's got about 20 things on. And other days I'll have a to-do list that gets cleared off so easily and I'm sitting there going, what do I do next? So that's what a typical day looks like. Question 4, why did I decide to start the Publishing Assistant Apprenticeship? So back in 2020, I unfortunately lost my job, which I was working in retail management at the time, and I really thought that was going to be my career. But I lost my job. So I kind of sat there and had to have a think about what I wanted to do next. And when I left school, I was unable to go to university due to multiple reasons. So I decided to start looking at doing something with books because I love books and I've always grown up around books. And I was just doing a bit of research and I thought, oh, publishing sounds like it'd be a really good route for me. So I decided to look into publishing. Obviously, with no university background whatsoever and living outside of London, it was very tricky for me to get any way into the industry. But then I came across the apprenticeship and I spoke with some lovely people online and over the phone, and they really helped and coached me through the beginning stages of this apprenticeship and applying for it. And that's when I also decided that marketing would be the best route for me, because I just cut a bit cut that bit out. So I decided that an apprenticeship sounded like it'd be best for me because I was able to learn on the job, gain the experience that I needed without necessarily having the degree and the background that a lot of publishers wanted. But it was just the best opportunity for me at the time, and I am so thankful for it. How does it feel now that you have completed the apprenticeship? It feels really good. It feels very strange because obviously throughout the entire apprenticeship, as I was doing my job at Bloomsbury, because I did my apprenticeship at Bloomsbury Publishing and then I moved on to Angry Robot Books. While I was at Bloomsbury, I was always doing full-time work, and then I'd spend like the afternoon/evening doing apprenticeship work. Sorry, lots of talking. So it's very strange doing full-time work for Angry Robot Books and not having to learn stuff on the side. I'm really impressed with how much I've learned about the entire industry as a whole, especially now that I went from such a large company like Bloomsbury to a smaller publishing company like Angry Robot. I'm more connected with people on the smaller teams, which is really good. So I interact a lot with rights, with sales, with editorial. So it's really nice that I have that background knowledge about what they do and the processes that they run, which I learned from the apprenticeship. So that's really amazing. I'm also just so proud that I have completed the apprenticeship. I had a pass in absolutely everything, which is fantastic. Because I really did put my all into that, so I'm very, very happy and thankful that it worked out so well. Question 6, how do you feel the apprenticeship helped you to get where you are today? Well, honestly, I wouldn't even be in publishing if I hadn't got the apprenticeship today, because with my background, where I live, I was just getting automatic rejections. I think I'd applied for about 15 publishing jobs and I had no response whatsoever. Some of them I was getting auto rejections just because of my postcode. So I'm incredibly thankful that I was able to do this apprenticeship, but I would not be in publishing without this apprenticeship whatsoever. Question 7, what advice would you give to the current LDN publishing assistant apprentices? Network, absolutely network, because I have managed to meet so many people from different publishing houses, from different companies, from different aspects in the business, and throughout my apprenticeship they were like this little comfort group that I had, and if I had any questions about general processes I could ask them, as well as say yes to absolutely everything, because I had so many opportunities and experiences when I was at Bloomsbury. So I got to go to London Book Fair, I got to do book signings at Goldsboro Books, I even got to help out at Yauch when, like just before I left, I managed to help out at Yauch and do the book selling table there. Always say yes to everything because you will learn so much, and also ask for opportunities. If you want to learn how certain things are done, ask, because there are so many people out there with such a wealth of knowledge. It is always worth asking. So yes, that's my advice. But yes, that is everything for me. Congratulations to LDN apprentices for graduating 50 publishing apprentices. That's amazing. And I'm incredibly grateful for the journey that you guys brought me on, and I can't wait to see what's next for my future in publishing. Thank you.